Sextortion, it's a crime we've learned so much about in the last year after Marquette teen Jordan DeMay, caught in a scam, died by suicide. Investigators are calling it a landmark case, as 3 Nigerian men are now awaiting extradition to the United States on charges related to the sextortion of Jordan DeMay. Catching these predators is rare. They're typically overseas, creating a challenging web of jurisdictions, red tape, and a complex cyber trail. But in Jordan's case, local law enforcement did it right, credited with quickly tracking down IP addresses and information vital in learning the location and names of the 3 men charged. On what would have been Jordan's 19th birthday, I sat down with Jennifer Buta, his mother, who is working to make sure what happened to Jordan last year doesn't happen to anyone else. Jordan DeMay is remembered by his family and friends as being kind, social, a friend to everyone, a devoted brother and son, the kind of person who was just always there for you. It's been over a year since Jordan died by suicide after falling victim to sextortion. His mom, Jennifer Buta, is still in a bit of shock as to what happened.
Had you had any idea that these conversations were happening, that he was involved in anything like this?
No.
It's a pain Jennifer wants to prevent other families from ever feeling. Jordan's story has changed the conversation around social media, but her work is just beginning.
Right now, social media companies have no liability for anything that happens on their platforms. There's no safety, security features in place for minors.
And after what happened to Jordan, Jennifer is adamant about changing that. She's been talking with federal lawmakers, garnering support for the Kids Online Safety Act.
This bill would provide safety features for minors. It would eliminate target advertising to minors. It will give parent notifications of what their children are doing online, and also hold social media accountable for the things that are happening on their platform.
Exactly how would it do this? It would require social media companies to enable the strongest safeguards as the default, protecting minors' information, limiting who can contact a minor's profile, restrict location gathering, and provide parents tools and reports to supervise activity. The bipartisan bill was first introduced in 2022 and has just recently received support from Michigan U.S. Senator Gary Peters, a promising step to getting the legislation passed.
Unfortunately, part of social media companies, the way they make their money is to get people very engaged and stay on social media as long as they possibly can, and then provide material that sometimes is destructive. And so that's why it's important for us to put some guardrails around social media.
Senator Peters says one of the priorities is to make sure these companies aren't just focused on making money, but on the safety of their users. He says he's heard from families across Michigan, including Jordan's mom. And it's time for action. And this bill, he says, is a good place to start.
This legislation will allow parents, for example, to have kind of a way to monitor what is happening on that social media platform, what their children are actually seeing, what they're engaged. Also, we'll put some warnings if new individuals get on a platform who are not a friend or may not be an acquaintance, but may be somebody who has some harmful intent.
The bill has also received support from hundreds of advocacy and technology groups. It has the support, it has our kids at the center, and like Senator Peters said, Jennifer agrees it's a start.
I think it's really great that we have these groups behind it. It's not everything that I would love to see happen with a reform in social media, but it's a really great step forward to start making those changes.
And for Jennifer, it's a way to make sure what happened to Jordan means something.
In the most tragic of situations, Jordan's life is saving lives.
A Senate committee unanimously passed the Kids Online Safety Act last year, but it stalled. this session with some updates to the bill. Lawmakers hope it gets to the president's desk, despite opposition from technology companies. In the meantime, we can all continue to talk to our kids about sextortion, protecting our privacy online, and being supportive if and when someone we know finds themselves in a difficult situation. If you or someone you know is having suicidal thoughts, call 988 for the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. We also have a list of resources available on uppermichigansource.com.